when you're using these jars, you can just flip the cap a little bit and let out any excess carbon. Welcome back to Fort Lewis. Today is bottling day, or secondary fermentation, for the kombucha. I've been letting it brew for about 8 days now, and we're gonna try it here, make sure that we've got the perfect balance of sweet and tart. And we have it. A lot of people will stop right here and drink their kombucha like this. It's good, but it's very still. I like to take it a step further with a secondary fermentation. So I want to show you an easy way to do this. Flip top bottles. You can find these on Amazon or recycled Grolsch beer bottles. There's lots of ways to get these. All we're going to do is put a little bit of juice that has sugar in it in the bottom of our jars, fill it almost to the top with kombucha, and let it sit at room temperature for about 3 to 5 days. You do that and it's going to create almost like a soda. It will become very effervescent and bubbly and fizzy. Delicious. So I've got sanitized flip top bottles. I didn't have enough today, so I'm also using a jar. You can use mason jars, those work just fine. And I think the easiest way to do it is to take it from this vessel and put it into a measuring cup to pour. But you can do it any way you see fit. Okay, a little secret here, the higher sugar content your juice is, the less time it's going to need at room temperature to become fizzy. So this is a very sweet pineapple concentrate that I just had left over from a recipe. It is going to be pretty sweet, so I want to check my jars every couple of days to make sure I'm not building up too much pressure. When you're using these jars, you can just flip the cap a little bit and let out any excess let out any excess carbonation so that it doesn't explode on you. Once you put your jar into the refrigerator, it will stop making carbonation. So you can slow down the process or stop the process altogether by doing that. I'm just going to put a little bit in the bottom of my cup here, or the bottom of my jar. And then I'm going to top it with my delicious kombucha. When you're filling your jar, they are all designed with a natural lip on them. You don't want to go beyond that lip. So you can use that as your guideline when you're filling your bottles. Oh, I overfilled it. That's okay. We're just going to take a little bit out, put it in the next one. Okay, so sometimes I have trouble with these if I haven't used them in a while. Okay, so we're going to snap it shut, and I'm going to leave this at room temperature in a cool, dark place. I usually just stick them in the pantry. 2 to 3 days, they're going to get very bubbly, and then after that they'll be refrigerated, and then you can just drink them at your own pace. I wouldn't have more than 1 a day just because they are full of probiotics, and if your body's not used to them, it can cause a little distress. This is going to be so good. You can flavor your kombucha with almost anything. I've done cinnamon sticks, little pieces of ginger, I have juiced herbs. You can macerate fresh fruit and put into the jars, although that makes it difficult to clean, but it does make a tasty drink. But the flavor combinations are limitless. You can do almost anything with this. Okay, right to the lip. Snap this one shut. Okay, and you just continue the process until you have all of your bottles filled. Then you'll want to feed your kombucha again. And so it's going to be the same process that we did last time. A cup of sugar, tea that's been steeped and then brought back to room temperature, and then you just pour it on top. If you remember, when we started with this Scooby, it was maybe the size of the palm of my hand, but it grows to the diameter of the container that it's in. So this one has spread almost to the edge of my jar here. And once she gets a nice thick layer and we start feeding her and making more batches, she's gonna actually grow additional Scoobies on top of her, or Scobies. I always say it wrong. More mothers to share with friends or compost or turn into face mask. But anyways, yeah, it's a very basic process and lots of fun. If you're interested in doing this yourself and you're close by, let me know. I'm happy to share, and you can make your own at home. It's great. Thank you so much for following along. If you guys are interested in seeing more projects like this, just hit the bell below to be notified of new videos. Please subscribe and like my channel. Thanks so much.